Alright, what's going on, everyone? Today, I'm sort of disagreeing with everyone in the Magic community. Sort of. Except not really. It's complicated. Look, here's the thing. So, I've been pretty vocal, I think. I don't like Alchemy. I don't like Alchemy on Magic Arena. It's a poopy doo-doo format. Stupid format. Hate it. Don't like the new to arena cards. The rebalancing, fine. It's a separate format with rebalancing. That's okay. But the new cards suck. Ruins the format. Ruins my interest in it. Ruins historic. Everything about it's bad. So one of the talking points that has arisen from this, what I would consider a disaster of a choice on Wizards of the Coast part, is that we just need Pioneer on Arena. And I actually disagree. Not for the reasons you might think. I think there is absolutely nothing more important for any form of Magic, really, to have a non-rotating, somewhat stable format. This is something that I've talked about. I call them safety net formats. They're formats that people fall into when they get kind of disenfranchised with Standard, and it kind of keeps them in the game when they're playing more casually until they're more interested in spending again, whether they're losing interest in the game and they just want to play casually, or if they're just don't have the money to invest in new decks constantly. So having formats, in paper like Modern, Pioneer, Commander, stuff like that, that's great, because if you don't feel like spending money on Magic for 6 months, your Commander decks are fine. And having those somewhat stable formats where your decks are just always good is a positive thing. And that doesn't exist on Arena. It doesn't exist. Historic is not it. Because of the Alchemy changes and all that, we just don't have a format where it's like, your deck's going to be good essentially forever. Maybe it gets less and less powerful over time, but if you build a deck and you don't play for 6 months, 6 months later you get back on the client, hey, your historic deck that you love so much is still playable, right? That doesn't exist. And people have been hitting hard that we need Pioneer, we really need Pioneer on Arena. And I disagree. We don't need Pioneer. We just need any format that doesn't rotate and only uses standard legal sets up like Pioneer. That's what makes Pioneer so good. There's no bullcrap in Pioneer, right? There's no Commander decks that inject these super powerful cards into it. There's no Modern Horizons in Pioneer yet. There's going to be a Pioneer Horizons eventually, and it's going to suck. There's no Jumpstart Historic, right? You have all these formats where they're just constantly being injected with power. Here's these super exciting, powerful sets that just like they kind of destroy the whole point of the format, which is just having stability. Stability is what you want in these non-rotating formats. Of course, I've said in the past, content creators love instability because it's content. You can make videos on instability. You can make videos on all the cool new decks and stuff. But from a gameplay, from a player's perspective, you want your deck from a year ago to still be good today, right? And that was true for Modern before Modern Horizons ruined it. And it's kind of true for Pioneer and stuff now, right? You have these formats that are standard only sets, no injection of power, and they're really fun until Wizards of the Coast starts ruining it with their grimy paws as they start releasing their Modern Horizons crap. But, when it's stable, it's good. And that's all Magic Arena really needs. It could start at the oldest set on Magic Arena, which I think is Ixalan, Kaladesh, right? I believe Kaladesh is the oldest set on Arena. And all we need is a format that is Kaladesh forward with no Jumpstart Horizons, no balancing from Alchemy, no historic anthology, just stable, standard-only cards in a non-rotating format. It doesn't matter if it's Pioneer or anything else, because Pioneer is just an arbitrary starting point. Like, Pioneer could just as easily have started with Khans of Tarkir. In fact, a lot of people thought that's where it was going to start. The starting point of Modern is when the card face changed. Old card face cards were not Modern legal. That's how you knew. If someone wanted to know, is my card legal in Modern? In the past, when it was originally made, it's what's the card face? New card face Modern, old card face not Modern. And the card face changed with Khans, with the black border on the bottom, right? So I personally thought it was going to be Khans forward, but they went back to Ravnica, and that's fine, whatever. It's just an arbitrary, doesn't really matter, starting point. And that's true for Magic Arena as well. It doesn't have to be tied to paper. It doesn't have to be Pioneer. I could even make the argument that it's better that it isn't Pioneer, because if you play Pioneer for hours a day, every single day of the week, are you still going to be excited for it when F&M comes around, right? Like, there's an argument to be made that it's actually better that it's not tied to paper and that it's a different format. It would be better for me as a content creator if it was the same, because if I make Pioneer content on Arena, that's going to be applicable to people who aren't on Arena. So it's actually better for me as someone who's making videos for the formats to be tied together. And maybe that's why your big content creators want it to be pioneers, because that expands the market for your videos. Whereas if they make it Kaladesh forward, that's a unique format, so pioneer paper players aren't gonna watch your videos that are about that format. So maybe from a content perspective, from a creator, whether they're on YouTube or Twitch, from a content creator perspective, maybe you do want it to be tied to paper, but I'm not looking at it from that perspective. I just want a good format on Arena that mimics what makes non-rotating formats good, and all that matters. Standard legal sets only, and no rotation. That's all that matters. That's all that really matters from a player perspective, and I think that would be good for Arena players. Would Pioneer be great? Absolutely. Absolutely. It would be great if they could slowly program old sets into the game and get back to Pioneer eventually. That'd be wonderful. It'd be great. But it doesn't have to be that right now. It can just be Kaladesh forward, and that's fine. Yeah, I don't know. That's just it, guys. It doesn't have to be Pioneer. It just has to be any non-rotating format, and that'd be good. I mean, I, for one, would actually love Pioneer, because if they start programming old sets in, we're very close. We are 2 blocks away from Eldrazi. And look, I know not everyone feels the same way as me, but I was a fan of the Eldrazi. I want to cast Thought Not Seer and Reality Smasher on Arena. Give me it, please. I'd love that. I might like that. Other people might not, but it's fine. Even though I want that, what I really want is just a non-rotating format on Arena. But the reason I'm making this video is I think people are so laser focused on Pioneer. People keep saying like, we need Pioneer, it has to be Pioneer. And that's a big ask. That's a lot of cards to program, to back program. And obviously they should be working towards it. But the compromise for now is Kaladesh forward. I think we would be better off focusing on that and trying to get the Arena devs to just give us, that format first, because it's a much smaller ask, right? It's an easy thing to do. You're not having to program new cards for that. You're just having to make the format. There's nothing new to code, or at least not in terms of new cards. So it's easier. And then, hopefully we can work towards getting old sets on and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I wish more people were on board with just getting that non-rotating format finalized first, and then we'll focus on Pioneer after. But regardless, I don't know if it's going to happen at all. Wizards of the Coast wants Alchemy and rebalances and their anthology type of sets because it makes more money, right? So, I don't know if it's going to happen, but it would be nice. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to talk about that. Wanted to rant about that a little bit. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.